So I just want to state this beforehand that anything said in this video is just my own personal opinion, and I don't really want this to be taken seriously because it is just, an internet game. It's really not that deep. So, first off, the first point that I would like to make out is the UI is kind of hard to navigate. Sometimes there's a lot of knowledge put out to you that the game doesn't really explain. When you're doing weapon customization, it doesn't really tell you what any of that means until you open the details page. Because I played the first hour of the game without knowing what any of the stats mean. And then I finally found out the details page, which told me about what handling does, which increases your ADS speed, or what accuracy means, which apparently increases your hipfire accuracy and not your actual accuracy. Stability is what increases your ADS accuracy. And then the second problem I feel like the game has is oh my lord, it feels like it's having a midlife identity crisis, if that makes sense. Obviously it has their operators, which feel straight up ripped from Black Ops 3 Specialists. It's very similar in concept, but then you go to the game modes and you have Battlefield, which is your war zone, your warfare mode, or Operations, which is literally just Tarkov but with their operators. It's so funny because they could have just made them two different games, but it's they just put them in the same game, and it makes no sense. And the battle pass, which the game does have, by the way, they have microtransactions and a market and all of that, which is pretty common at this point in time. Except the battle pass gives you rewards for operations. So you'll go through and get rewards for a game mode you don't even play. It's wild that they would do that. Obviously, it makes sense. They want people to play both game modes, so they would obviously put stuff inside the game to incentivize players playing the game mode. And then we have to get into operations, and that's where the game, I feel really lacks depth, if that makes sense. Because if you play solo queue, which I do, I don't have anybody to play with, you get pitted up against full stack teams. There's no actual solo only queue. So most of the time I'll have $500,000 worth in Technic Alloy, which is the operations money, and then I'll just get curb stomped by a full team that's been hunting me down this entire time. And that just annoys me. Why isn't there separate queues? But then you have to also realize that nobody is playing operations. It takes you a solid 5 minutes to get into Zero Dam, which is the first map, by the way, the very first map you have unlocked. And then I'll hear I've seen people have 15-minute wait times trying to get into Lily Grove, which is the second map. They're waiting 15 minutes to get into the second map. Nobody, it's a dead game mode. It's the weakest game mode. And then they just have so much filler stuff. They just have stuff that fills up your inventory. Oh, you need health injectors to restore health. You need medical kits to restore fractures and stuff like that. And, like, that all makes sense if you can use them, because most of the time you get shot down in 5 seconds. Not even 5 seconds, like half a second. Like, I got chased down. I don't have any clips of this because my PC is a piece of shit. I got chased down by somebody, and I was trying to pop a health injector to, like, heal myself, and they just walked in on me and gunned me down. It's wild. Like, the game just falls apart. It doesn't feel correct, you know? And then the same thing over in the warfare mode. Like, the time to kill is way too low. Like, you get in and you just die in 3 shots. Like, it doesn't make sense. And this is like just general complaints. Like, I hate games that have really low timed kills, especially when people are like no-lifing this game and they have all of the best stuff in the game, obviously, and it makes it really hard to distinguish the cheaters, which are a very present threat, I'll tell you that. Distinguish the cheaters from the actual, like, good players. And I feel like it just falls into the same pitfall of Titanfall. Like, the good players get punished because there's so many cheaters. One of the last points I'd like to make is the progression of the game is, like, obviously meant to be very long term. Except, like, it's really hard to make progress as a casual player. Like, I play the game for like 3 hours at a time, and even then I'm barely making any progress towards anything. Like, I unlocked the shotgun speed loader because, like, I like playing engineer. The guy is awesome. He's really good with balance. But then, like, it's very geared towards keeping players in the game for as long as possible, by especially like 100%ers. And even the unranked mode, which is called ungraded, you have graded and ungraded modes, which are your ranked and unranked. You have, like, max ranked players playing ungraded with everything unlocked, who are just getting like 70 kills a game. The game punishes casual players. Like, it doesn't feel like a Battlefield game, you know, where you can get in, you can just, like, run a couple of matches, it doesn't feel the same, you know? That's a good way to put it. It punishes casual players. The game is very geared towards dedicated, like, you're gonna be playing this game for the next months until it dies players. But the casual players are very punished. And I feel like that's the biggest downfall. That being said and all, I can definitely see the appeal to this sort of game. It is very, if frustrating at times, it is still a fun game. Because sometimes, like, you do get those matches that feel very balanced, like they feel like an actual push and pull, and it's not just a one-sided battle against, like, cracked players or just straight up cheaters. And yes, the cheaters in this game are pretty obvious to tell. I definitely see the appeal. It is a fun game. It's probably one of those games that I personally won't be playing a lot of, because it does feel very, like I've said, like, not a very casual player experience. But to those people that do enjoy it, I'm glad that you guys have something to enjoy. And I hope that you guys the game doesn't die for you guys, because, like, it does kind of feel that way. It does feel like a slowly dying game. Like, it's putting for a very good final fight, but it's just, player base doesn't feel as alive as it does. Or should.